I'm going to show you how to add some custom fields from the DnB company object into your accounts page. So the first thing that you want to do is go to Setup, and we're going to actually create some custom fields. So we go down to Customize, Accounts, and then click on Fields. Now what you're going to do is scroll down, and I'm just in my demo org here, and I'm going to click on New. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to do is select Formula. You're always going to select Formula for this first step, and click on Next. And the next thing we want to do is name it, and I'm going to import number of employees global, and then I'm going to hit the Tab key. So I hit Tab, and that'll automatically populate the field name, which has some underscores. Next, I'm going to select text. So for every one of these, we're going to use the text data type for these custom fields. And then I click on Next. Once I click Next, you want to make sure that you're on the Advanced Formula tab, and then click on the Insert Field. Notice here we start out in the account object, and on the right-hand side, we want to scroll down until we get to the DnB company. And then we click on DnB company, and we can see that then gives us access to the DnB company object fields. So I'm looking for number of employees global. So I just scroll down, and I look for number of employees global, and there it is, okay? And then all I do is I just click on Insert. And now you'll notice here I've got a trailing space and also a space leading. Yeah, you want to remove those, otherwise you'll get some error messages. And so now the other thing to keep in mind is if the data underlying this is text, all you have to do is do this, and this will be all that you need to do. But in this case, global employees total, this is actually a number, and notice when I click on check syntax, I'm going to get an error message. See, I have an error here at the bottom. Now, if this had been text like SIC code description right here, then this would be, or like second or third SIC code description, I could just do it like this, and I wouldn't get an error message. But since the underlying data is a number, you have to use the text function in order for this to work properly. So I've got my cursor here on the left of the field that I imported, and all you do is write text and do an open parentheses, and then add a closed parentheses at the end. Now once I do that, I can click on the check syntax again, and scroll down and notice it says no syntax errors in merge field or function. Okay, then I can click on the next button, and usually the default field security profile is going to be sufficient. You shouldn't need to change this, so just click on next. Now if you're creating a whole bunch of them, you could do save and new. I'm just creating the one, and I'm going to click on save. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, so that must have just been added to my account screen, and no, it wasn't. We still need to go to the page layout and add that information. So if we go down to page layouts right here, and now I know that within this demo org, I usually demo the advanced account tab, or the account page layout, and you're just going to have to look to see within your demo org which one you're using. But in my case, it's advanced. And then what I'm going to do is I'll just go down, and notice here I've been adding a bunch here, so I've got a whole bunch. But the one that I just created should be right near the bottom here, number of employees global. Okay, and so what I've got is I've got my data.com tab, and then I also created another section, which is data.com premium. Now if you don't know how to create a section, all you do is come up here within page layout, and you click on the section button and drag it down here, and then you release it, and it'll ask you what you want to call this, and I'm just going to call it data.com advanced. Notice I already have one for premium. You probably want to call this premium here instead of advanced, but I already have one called that, and I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. Okay. And see, so there's the one that I just created. I'm going to delete it once we're done here because I'm using the data.com premium. But then all you do is drag the field. Now, by default, when you create a custom field in your account, it's going to be dumped right here in this main account information. Okay. If you don't find it here, then look for it up here in this section. You can see you've got the names of all of the fields that are available to you in the account object. Okay, and notice when I get to number of employees global, or let me see here, location, number of employees global. This is the one I just created. Notice it's grayed out. The reason it's grayed out is because it's already on the form, and in fact, by default, when you create a new field, it dumps it in that location and just puts it under the account information section. So I can click and drag this. I can click and drag it to wherever I want. So let me just make it where I can see that. I drag it under my advanced, and bam, that's it. And so you can see what I'm doing. I'm in the process of actually pulling all the fields over, and then I'm going to drag them into my data.com premium section. Okay, so let me show you. Then you want to save. So you just click on save for your page layout, and it's all done. So now when I go to accounts, and let's take a look at McKesson Corporation here. When I scroll down, you can see there's the data.com advanced that I just created with the number of employees global. And you can also see the premium one that I've been creating where I just have some of the fields. At the end of the day, I'm going to have all of the premium fields populated in this area, and I'll be able to collapse this during a demo if I don't want to show the premium fields, or I can quickly show them. So that's the advantage here, okay? And that's all that there is to adding DnB company fields to the account object within Salesforce.